This is Lemmy with RevZilla, here to talk to you today about the best dirt gear for 2019. Now, when you're shopping for off-road gear, protection is the name of the game. Unlike street riding, it's not a question of if you go down, but a question of when you go down. Now, of course, protection is paramount, but there's a couple other things that come into play too. Of course, there's always style and function, but I think one of the really important points is that you need to have flexibility and range of motion. It's going to keep you in gear, it's going to keep you comfortable, and it's also going to help you move around on the motorcycle and avoid chances of going down or perhaps performing a little more slowly than you want to. So we've tried to keep those things in mind when selecting gear for 2019. Now, we've broken this video up with a couple different rider profiles that we feel covers a really wide swath of riders. We're going to start off with our first rider profile, a trail rider riding a Yamaha WR250F. Now, this is a bike that we see rookies on as well as seasoned, salty old veterans. And we know that no matter where you fall, you're probably looking for great value, and you're also looking for tough gear that can kind of take a beating and keep on coming back for more hits. So we're going to kick things off with probably the most important piece of personal protective equipment you can wear when you're off-road, and that's your helmet. And our best helmet this year for the trail rider is going to LS2 with the Subverter Helmet. Now, this is a helmet that obviously just has eye-popping graphics here, but the real winner for me on this is kind of two pieces of function. The first is the airflow. This thing moves a ton of air. Look, if you're riding on the trail, you're not often at wide open throttle. You're not always moving at high speeds. It means that you can heat up very, very quickly. This thing flows a ton of air. It helps you maximize any bit of wind you might get passing through your helmet. Now, the other thing we really like to see on this as well, it comes from a protection aspect. In between the EPS as well as the comfort liner on here, there's what we call the thin candy shell. There's a layer of rigid plastic that allows the comfort liner to slip and slide against the EPS foam. It offers rotational protection. Now, that's something you find in a lot of helmets, but you're not always going to find it in the price point that the Subverter comes in at. So the LS2, we think, represents a great value for a number of trail riders, whether you're experienced or just starting out. Congratulations to LS2 for that. Now, moving on, we're going to move down to a piece of protective equipment that not everybody necessarily thinks about, but is super beneficial for a big part of your body, and that's a set of knee and shin guards. So we're looking at the Leatt dual axis knee guards here. So if you're new to the world of knee guards, they come in at a wide range of prices. You can get stuff that's super cheap, or you can really spend some coin. We like these ones specifically, though, even though they are a little bit more expensive than some of the other options out there, for a couple reasons. First, you've got full knee protection. Even when these things are fully extended, you've still got protection over that knee. The other thing that we love about this too is, again, as the name implies, the dual axis. These actually hinge on two separate pivots. Really helps with flexibility as well as range of motion. Again, stuff that doesn't hamper you from riding will A, keep you from going down, and B, encourage you to wear your gear most often. I know I have plenty of uncomfortable gear that I don't wear, and it's not really doing me much good if it's in the closet. Now we're going to round things out with another piece of gear I consider absolutely critical for off-road riding, and that's a set of boots. This year, for the trail rider, we're recommending the Alpinestars Tech 3 boot. This is a stalwart of their line. It's coming off a recent redesign. These are just great boots. They offer great bang for the buck. They're very stylish, and there's protection for days with these. If you're considering a set of entry-level boots, Tech 3s are a great kickoff point. One of the things I love best about these two is that they come in two different soles. You're seeing the MX soled version here, but for those of you crusty veterans who definitely have some opinions on what a trail boot should be, you can also pick this up in an enduro soled option if you'd like. Personally, I ride an MX sole for everything, regardless of what I'm doing, simply because I prefer the feel on the pegs as well as on the controls. However, there are some people too who really value that off-road traction when you're off the bike in the muck. Nice to see that you can pick up either style sole depending on your riding style. So as you can see, just about everything we've chosen for our trail rider here is great looking, and there's lots and lots of function here. These things are packing lots of bang for the buck, and I think that if you are just starting out with your search for gear in 2019, you'll find that most of these things should be a great jumping off point. Now you can see our next rider is on a CRF 450R, so we're speaking to motocross riders, and that displacement may tip you off to the fact that we're speaking specifically to experienced motocross riders. If you're an A or B class rider, listen up, we're talking to you. Now when you move into upper echelon MX gear, what you're generally paying for is lightweight, lots and lots of motion and mobility. This is the stuff that really sets apart the very best gear from some of the more workaday items out there. Now we're going to start yet again with that ever important piece of personal protective equipment, the helmet. And our award for best helmet for the motocross rider this year is going to Alpinestars for the SM10 Supertech helmet. This is their first crack at an off-road helmet, and they really put out a doozy on this one. So we've got MIPS protection in here, again, to help with that rotational injury we mentioned a little bit earlier. This is a carbon fiber shell, so a crazy light helmet. It's going to be very comfortable for those of you who are putting in the hours on the track hour after hour. This is a helmet, though, also that comes with two peaks in the box. Alpinestars has sort of developed what I think is a very innovative peak retention system here, but for me, the big winner is the fit and adjustability of this helmet. This helmet is actually adjustable for how it sits on your head. It's really going to let you fine-tune your comfort. I think we're going to see a bunch of these out on the motocross track for 2019. Congratulations to Alpinestars there. Now we're going to move on to a set of knee braces, specifically the Leatt C-frame knee braces. Now, if you're new to the world of knee protection, knee braces differ from knee guards because they also add in an element of rotational protection. Again, that's sort of the name of the game here, it seems like, for 2019. Now, rotational injuries to the knee are the sort of thing that wreck careers, so looking into a set of great knee braces should be top of mind for you. Now, these ones are carbon fiber. That means that they're lightweight. They're also very low profile. They'll slip easily into your boots. The big win, though, with the C-frame knee braces is the fact that they are, again, that C-frame. They don't have any frame on the inside of your knees. What that translates to is better control of the bike. You're able to use your knees to grip the bike a little better, and you don't have a knee brace poking you the entire time. Another cool feature about these two is that the range of motion is able to be limited with a set of stops on these. That's going to help those of you who are also concerned about overextension injuries. Now, we see all sorts of injured riders who have suffered a previous knee injury going to knee braces. We absolutely recommend them in that case. However, if you haven't suffered a knee injury, grab a set of knee braces now. Your career and you will probably thank me later on when you suffer some sort of knee injury that doesn't wind up completely crippling you and ending your career. Now, we're going to finish this thing off, of course, with a set of Alpinestars boots here. We're looking at the Tech 10s, their flagship boot. Now, the Tech 10 has a bunch of cool features cooked into it. Note the intelligent buckle placement here. Instead of ski-style boots with the buckles on the outside where they can easily get ripped off, some of these are put into less impact-prone zones. I think that's a big winner. We've got expanded foam in the heel on this thing to help prevent impact from below. And also check out, too, the fact that this boot has dual hinge. Again, flexibility, range of motion. It's going to let you move around on the bike while not affording any loss in protection here. I think this is going to be a standout boot for lots of you out there who are trying to pick up a set of top-tier boots. Alpinestars redesigned these things for lower profile and a little bit more comfort. So that's going to do it for the best gear of 2019. Whether you're out there slaying triples on the motocross track or perhaps you're tearing up trails around your local woods, something in this video is sure to appeal to you, and almost anything here will be a safe bet for you. Now, if you've got any questions about any of the products you've seen in the gear guides, head on over to RevZilla.com. We've got videos, we've got articles, we've got expert opinion to help you in the entire moto world. I'm Lem, I'm out of here.